Good evening. I'd like to call this special Board of Selectmen meeting to order on June 29th, and we will go through Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Art Gaggy.
Kevin Cunningham. Scott said he would not be able to make this evening. We can do approval of minutes of meeting 6/26/23.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for 6/26/23.
And I will second that. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Old business at this point we have none. For new business, item number 1, to discuss and act on a bid for an electronic sign in front of the Plainfield Police Station. On item number 1, I just passed you the bid, the one and only bid. So for the new sign, it was $27,441.34, and for the foundation masonry work was $7,750 for a grand total of $35,192.34. Winning bidder is Gagnon Sign. We have to make that formal though, so if you're okay with that, make it a motion.
Make a motion to award the bid to Gagnon Signs for the police sign at $35,192.34.
I will second that. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Item 2, discuss and act on expenditure from ARPA funds for in need of replacement. You can see that in 5-year capital, but this year it has really started to having some major issues. So what we've done is put together the numbers for an invitation bid for a Ford F-250, and what you'll also see in the attachment is all the items that would go into the vehicle to make it supportive for his needs when going to a fire. We have the paperwork in front. Columbia Ford had placed a lower bid in for $48,944, and you can see that there's also attached paperwork from the fire marshal for all of his items that he would need, and that is $18,466.64. Quick check of the math, if we were to approve that vendor and also those items, the grand total would be $67,410.64. Do you have any questions or? There were a couple of trucks that he put in the request for bid, but the better one.
The accessories I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing this because that's
All that.
J&S.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So are we bidding on the separate?
So this is, well, no, the grand total. The grand total.
Okay.
Yeah, because it all will come from on the ARPA fund.
And so in my motion, I got
Grand total.
oh, no, I wrote it down.
Okay. Yes, you would put the motion with the truck and also accessories.
I'll make a motion to award the bid for the Columbia Ford, for the truck to Columbia Ford, and the accessories to J&S Radio Sales Incorporation for a total of $67,410.64.
Coming from?
Coming from the ARPA funds.
All right, you've made the motion. I will second that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item number 3, we have some discussion and act on a bid for the police evidence facility foundation project. So that's item 3 in the packet. We did have a bid opening, and there were 2 bids. The lower of the 2 bids, and again, both of these are from town. So the lower of the two bids was for Rickman Enterprises LLC, and that is for $24,970. Rickman.
So I'll make a motion to award bid for the foundation, police evidence foundation project to Rickman Enterprises LLC for $24,970.
I'll second that motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item number 4 is to discuss and act on a bid for the Plainfield Police Evidence Facility Project. We had one bidder, same company, $114,133, and I believe this would get us the building itself, and we will be putting insulation on the inside. This is that one bid for the building and the insulation? Yes. Yep.
I'll make a motion to award the bid for the police evidence facility project to Rickman Enterprises in the amount of $114,133.
I'll second that. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 5, discuss and act on line item transfers. There's a page that gives the overview. What you'll see in the overview is the health insurance monies, which were very healthy this year. Not to make it sound like a pun, but there were no major claims, so that we are able to save some money. And so we were asking where we could actually take and transfer from one area. Health insurance helped out tremendously. So what you see in front of you is a list of the different areas we're going to be trying to transfer to. Starting with legal fees. With so many things going on in the town last year, we have a need to make sure that we have coverage for our legal fees. So we're looking at $34,355 to go into the legal fee line. Again, from the health insurance, moving all these other items over to contingency. We have flags at $4,017. Let me explain each one at a time so it makes it a little easier. Normally we allocate about $1,500 for flags. And when Lisa called back for preparing for an order for the next fiscal year, it came into almost 3 times as much as what we normally order for the cost. So with monies that we do have left over again from the health insurance, all of these things will be coming from there. This would be a good way to get those now, because he told her also that the prices are going to go up even further. So I would be requesting that to come from the health insurance to be transferred over to a purchase for flags. Room dividers, we wanted to make it so it's more professional. We can advertise the room better. We have the room dividers in the back already, but $4,233. They're extensive. They can move out, move in, but it makes it look a little more professional when you're not having to look back at chairs and tables. The round tables, you see over on the side there's the plastic round tables. For anybody that's ever worked with the wooden round tables, they became a little dangerous and hefty, so they were needing to be replaced. So we took a look at different companies, and you'll see in your packet. By the way, in your packets you'll see all of the except for the flags, it's the only place we can get them from directly. All of those have gone through the same thing with the procurement policy, where you go and try to find a secondary and third, and that's all in there. There's the request for the room dividers for $42.33, round tables for $42.12. We're looking at a different project coming up forward that would require some park benches. So if we get them now, again, from the monies we have at the end of the year as is, it's $60,353. At that same project, we're looking to put up a gazebo. The price is more than what you have listed here, but really what we're doing is I reached out to the Plainfield Business Association to see if they would split the cost, and they said yes. I've also had contact now with B&I Corporation, the group that meets here. They'd like to make some donations. And also I talked to someone from the Rotary. They're interested as well, as is the Lions Club. So really what we're doing to make sure that we cover ourselves is to put in that amount that's listed here for $9,165 for our portion of that gazebo. There's also some backup data to show you different companies that would offer the same thing, but at a higher rate. The next ones up are the Christmas tree and the white glove service. We've had an issue with our tree that's mounted out in the live tree, which is in the park. It's on its way out. We've had some issues with the branches dying out. We've been talking about this for a little over a year, talking about what we do for the next step. And there's a company, well, there's a lot of companies, but there's a company out there that was willing to, again, sell us a tree that's basically half the cost, because we're also sharing again with PBA and those other entities. And then the white glove services ties right into that. That particular item comes directly with that company. And what I'd like to have them do, at least for the first year, the white glove service is upon a purchase of an item like that they would come out, they would install it. They would, anything that's not working, it's at their cost to fix. And then at the end of the year, they would take it away, they would take it down and take it away. So without knowing how that thing goes up, just so you can understand, they're in 4-foot sections, they're really round, it's going to be like a cage area, and then they put a tree around it. So those are the things that we have listed here for the remainder of that monies, which is $45,646. And so the grand total for the transfer is for $80,000 from that side of it. The police chief is here tonight, so he can answer any other questions on that other side. Is that they were looking to, if possible, work on putting up the digital sign. You have monies coming in from police overtime and police salaries to cover that, so that they can get working on that right away. We're not quite yet in the phase where we can get a check coming in back from the person who ran into it, but we're close. In the meantime, we'll actually go ahead and put it out and see if we can get it done. And as you see, there was a bid that came in for that. Police salaries and utility is going to be moved over for the evidence building to cover $60,000 of additional work being done over there. We want to do other things. So that's a continuation for the evidence shed. You also have some supplies, $546 over to the police holiday pay. Police uniform transfer from $2,000 over to police vehicles for $2,000. So their request in their section is $98,546. Do you have any other questions for myself or for the chief? Because he is here. What is your pleasure with line item transfer?
Do you want it all in total?
Yep. All of this, by the way, has to go to the Board of Finance as well.
I'll make a motion to approve the line item transfers in the amount of $178,546 and move them on to the Board of Finance.
I will second that. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We have on item 6, we have a discuss and act on a bid for sidewalk improvements, Shepherd Hill pedestrian safety improvements, phase 1. The newest item that came in was today, just for the giving the selectmen the authorization to sign on for the Shepherd Hill Road pedestrian safety improvements. State said that we would get up to $600,000. The rest of there talks about how this will be broken down, and it's been a long time coming. It's just, by the way, this is from Prime Electric for the bid that was put out. So it's been a long time coming, and we're still waiting for other projects to come forward. State DOT is still dragging his feet forever, but that's what we're looking to do. So,
What exactly are they doing?
Over on the sidewalks?
The whole thing?
Well, no, we're only doing a portion this time, so 1/3 of what we're looking for. So unfortunately, while we thought a year or so, maybe 2 years now,
2 years.
yeah, that we were looking for a certain dollar value to be done, the costs have risen like everywhere else. So we are doing a section with it right now.
Because I'm looking at the quotes.
Oh, yeah. Of that, we have $600,000 coming.
Okay,
Yep.
put towards this. So this is their quote for the whole project,
Yes. So the winning bidder would have been Prime.
right, 1.3.
Yep.
Now they'll come back to finish for this amount.
For this phase.
When we get the
Yeah.
money.
And we continue looking for other ways to get monies for the other sides of that project.
What part are they doing?
They're doing from Marion Gennardi's out there. They're doing from Charlotte Drive up to the school. The first
Charlotte's
driveway
the,
to the school.
Charlotte's the,
Charlotte's the one
Lowest.
closest to
Bottom,
Warrington,
yep.
yeah. So it's going to connect the whole subdivision
Mhm.
to the school.
the school.
Crosswalks included, so we painted in to cover that.
On all three. So you need it for this amount?
Yes, the motion should be for that amount. Oh, I'm sorry, not the 566, the full 600, right? Looking for them up to 600.
The full 600.
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion to award the bid for the Shepherd Hill Road pedestrian safety improvements, Phase 1, to Prime Electric LLC in the amount of up to $600,000.
Okay. I will second that. Any other discussion? I do have one question. If we're approving tonight, do they have a start date yet?
They would like to start on the 13th of next month.
Excellent. All right, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 7, discuss and set a town meeting date for approval of expending monies for the purchase of the Plainfield Police Station electronic sign. Just to understand what that is, that electronic sign, while we talked about it today, we voted to move monies for it, that monies is not coming from the general fund, like normally you would say, I'm looking to expend monies like we did for the Board of Education when they want to do their facility study. Normally that would come from general fund. In this case, we're allocating and asking and requesting that the monies come in from the leftover monies in his budget line item, and then therefore for the approval of that pending the town meeting date on July 12th. So if the town voters say no to that, then it doesn't get done. But we're looking to do that. And again, this is monies that are in his budget currently. We're just waiting to do it. So that would be a pending that motion.
Also has to Board of Finance.
Yes, same thing. Yep.
So I'll make a motion to set a town meeting date for the approval of expending monies for the police station electronic sign
July 12th.
for July 12th.
That's it? It's a little different.
2023.
Yep. I'll second the motion. Of course, we move it on to the Board of Finance for their approval to get to move forward as well. You made the motion, I'll second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. With that, we have a 6:20 time. Entertain a motion to adjourn. I'll second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.